Welcome to Random Encounter, the only video game culture show that you can use to fool my dog into thinking that I'm home. He hears my voice and he goes nuts. Today was a big day. You know, I don't like Kickstarter. Is that okay? I've come out and I've said this before. I think it's more an annoyance than it is anything good. I think there are just some terrible projects on there, but every once in a while, something really interesting comes up. Have you guys seen the Ouya?
Ouya!
The Ouya
Ouya!
is a $99 Android-based console that's supposed to be an open console. This is like a whole video game console. I think it's neat. They just want indies to be able to get their games onto a console. They want digital distribution to become easier for everyone. I think it's great. I just wonder what kind of legs it would have. I mean, here's the thing. It's the $99 console. It has a Tegra 3 chipset, so it's basically the same processor and video card that runs the new Google Nexus tablet. And then it's got 8 gigs of internal storage, which maybe doesn't sound like enough to me. And that's it. It's supposed to be super hackable. Like, you can open it with a regular screwdriver and just make your own peripherals for it. Do whatever you want. It's supposed to be easy to root, so you can put full Android on it, so if you want regular Android apps. I think it sounds like a neat hobbyist hacker thing, but I really have to wonder, if you're a developer, what is the draw, right? If you're somebody who already makes things for consoles, why would you try to make a special version just for Android to put on this Ouya? Or if you're somebody who makes mobile stuff, why would you focus on just the Ouya? And if all the Ouya has is ports of other games, why do I buy an Ouya? A lot of questions. I think I admire their enthusiasm, and I think it's kind of a cool idea, but I think it's going to be more for hackers and modders than for anybody else. I don't know, what do you guys think? Are you excited about it? I'm probably going to kickstart it anyway. I'm a sucker. Zach Miner's grandma gave him birthday popcorn, and I stole it. Because remember, guys, we don't like Zach Miner. So here's a video that happened. That is sad. That is sad and terrible. You know what's funny is I've actually done that before. Not with the Super Mario thing, but I remember being a kid and being really upset and crying, and then realizing that my crying kind of sounded musical, and then trying to cry a song. Adolescence is hard, and adolescents are weird. Anyway, watch the entire video, because it's kind of funny how they string it all together, and the situations get progressively more and more terrible. It's just a weird way to see the Super Mario theme. Mario always seems so happy. There's a lot of cheddar. I wish there was more caramel. Zach's grandma really up. Have you ever been to Detroit? You ever seen the movie RoboCop? Because Detroit in the movie RoboCop is a little better than Detroit actually is in reality. That is terrible. I shouldn't have said that. A lot of people in Detroit have a lot of civic pride, and there are a lot of urban renewal projects that are attempting to make Detroit into like a new, renewed, beautiful city. Here's one of them. It's a project called Z-World Detroit. They are trying to raise $145,000 to turn 200 acres of Detroit into a zombie LARP. Yeah! So basically what they're gonna do is they're gonna take all these ruined, hollowed out buildings in Detroit, and they're gonna turn it into this like walled off theme park where you go overnight and you try to survive a zombie outbreak with friends, and there are gonna be like supplies hidden in there, and like an ever-increasing number of zombies that come out throughout the night, and you really have to like strategize, and because it's real buildings, you can actually like build barricades and like figure out strategies to survive in the city. This sounds awesome. And you know, $145,000 is less than people ask for on Kickstarter for an iPhone game. So I mean, fund an iPhone game, fund a zombie-themed theme park. I think we know where the more bang for your buck really is. Am I right? I don't know if it would make me visit Detroit. Just saying. Hey, if you live in the Twin Cities, you may want to go to the Minneapolis Lego store. Why? Because one of the employees there just built a pretty functional Lego portal gun. The prongs move, the lights go off. This guy spent about a year designing it, about 3 weeks building it. It's approximately 200 pieces controlled with a Lego Mindstorms unit. This thing is hardcore, and I would say that is the closest that we are ever going to get to Lego Portal. Except you remember that Lego Portal project that I talked about a few weeks ago, the one that got kicked out of Lego QSU for being a license that they couldn't allow? It's on there now. So you could back, pledge, and fund a legitimate Lego licensed Portal set. Come on, how awesome is that? I am all for it. I'm like Lego obsessed lately. Finally, you know how I asked you guys to kind of send in something video game related and weird and cool that you've seen lately? Marshall Alden sent this Etsy into me. It is a light switch made of arcade buttons. And you can choose the colors of your buttons and everything. It's 35 bucks. It's got an on button and an off button. It's cool, and it's also kind of like the light switches my grandma has in her house. Like the super big old person light switches. She also has like a matching remote control and one of those cell phones with the buttons that are as big as my head. But if you can get past the fact that it kind of looks like maybe it's for an old folks home, it is pretty cool. So thanks for sending that in, Marshall. You know, if you guys have seen anything cool and video game related lately, send it in to me. I want to see it. I'm on Twitter at @acarboni. You can also get at me at contact@anthonycarboni.com or leave a comment down below this video. There's a whole place for comments. I don't know if you've seen it. It's amazing the way it works. I got another caramel.